How's it going, everyone? In today's video, I'll be covering some of the best unknown tips in Fortnite Creative to help you be a better and more efficient builder. I will also be showing you some tips to ease some headaches. I can guarantee that some of the most veteran builders will learn something in this video, so let's go.
Immature gamer.
Alright, before we start, some of you will probably know some of these tips, and maybe some of these tips you might not think you will use, but trust me, it's good to keep some of these in your back pocket. You will never know when you will need them. Tip number 1, using backup feature for your advantage. So before I get into the first tip, I want to talk about one of the most important habits a creator can have. That is, before you press delete, you press backup first. Trust me, this will save your life. It will take a few times to make a habit, but trust me, it is worth it. Other than using backup just to prevent mistakes, you can also use it to make your life easier. Now, we all know how much of a pain it is to delete a bunch of assets, especially when you are looking for that one piece. So before you throw down the assets, back up your map. You can do this by going into your inventory, under tools, press backup. Now throw all of your assets down, find the pieces you want, and quick select them. You can do this by pointing at the object with your phone and press the keybind that is in the legend in the bottom left of your screen that is highlighted. This will save your item. You can select multiple items as well using the multi-select tool. Once you're done, go into your inventory menu and under tools press restore. Now your island is back to normal, and in your quick select bar, you will have the items you need to place in your map. Tip number 2. Clean up the map before you start building. After you create a new map, you may notice some structures or some trees and rocks around. If you want to use those for your design, then that is one thing, but these assets take up memory on your island, and if you are not using them, they could affect the performance of your map. Take the time to delete everything and make sure you start with the lowest memory. It won't take that long. Tip number 3, using devices as tools. Let's say you are using the explosive device or an objective device or creature spawner and want to know exactly the affected area. These devices measure and tile metrics. You can place down floors and measure it out, or you can use other tools to your advantage. Throw down a capture device and interact with it. Set the capture radius to the same size as the device you are using, and then place them on top of each other. This will give you the exact radius your device will affect and can help plan out your map better. Tip number 4, stop deleting the wrong item. Like I mentioned before, it's important to get into a habit of backing up before deleting, and if you follow that tip and this tip, it will definitely prevent some headaches. When deleting an item that is surrounded by a bunch of other assets, you may want to avoid pressing delete, even if you think your cursor is directly on the object. Instead of doing this, get into the habit of cutting the object and placing it in an open area, then delete it there. This is especially important working with billboard text. Another tip is you can throw down some sprays on a sensitive build and it will give you a layer of protection from deleting. Tip number 5, the accidental structure damage. If you accidentally pickaxe or destroy an asset, you can just cut it and paste it and it will be good as new. This also goes for chests that you have already opened. You can just cut them and paste them and they are good as new as well. Tip number 6, use flight speed to your advantage. Just need to move an item a centimeter but having trouble? Change your flight speed to 0.5. It'll be much easier and you can be more precise. Need to get around faster? Change it to 3 times. I know this seems pretty obvious, but you would be surprised. Another tip for getting around your island a little quicker is you can use teleporter devices. Throw one down in each location you are trying to transport between, and you actually don't even have to change the settings. The teleporter devices work right out of the box. Tip number 7. Use other devices to help you test. If you are ever having issues on your map and you are not sure if the channels are working properly, you can always use a speaker and a HUD device to let you know that your channel is actually firing. This can help you troubleshoot any mechanic that may be giving you issues. Also use this method if you are unsure if you're used a specific channel. You can use a speaker or a HUD device as a tattletale. We can now use up to 75 channels and mechanics can get really complicated. You definitely should be taking good notes and keeping track of whatever channel you use and also exactly what it does on your map. I recommend writing it down or using notes in your phone. You can also use billboards on your map for organization as well. While we're talking about testing, it's a good idea to change your spawn location to current location. You can do this from your inventory in the game setting under spawn location. This will let you spawn exactly where you are working and you can minimize travel time. Just remember to change it back when you are done testing. Tip number 8, giving specific material edit permission for each team. So if you're making pre-builds and only want a specific team to have edit permission, make sure you switch teams under the main game menu in edit mode. After you switch the team you want to have edit permission, place down the mats. Now only that team can edit the structure after you start the game. I want to give you a heads up that if you have your team setting on free-for-all, it doesn't seem to work for all the teams, but if you have it set to custom, it should. You can also make it so all teams can edit the pre-build materials you placed by going into your inventory settings under the settings tab and change the allow to edit to anyone. Tip number 9, you can use the new trick tile to hide builds. We recently got a new trick tile device. You may have wrote this item off as useless, but it's great at hiding things. You can even place barriers and damage volumes on a platform and have it completely disappear. Just slap a trick tile on the wall or floor you want invisible, interact with the device, and change the setting active on game start to yes. It will make the asset disappear when the game starts. Alright, we're on the last tip, tip number 10. This is the most important tip you could ever have, and that is to have fun, guys. Don't worry if you don't think your builds or maps is not good as so-and-so's. Just have fun and create. I can guarantee if you keep practicing, you will get better. There you go. That is all the tips I have for this video. I tried to make sure these tips aren't just generic and tips that most people would know about. I hope this video helped you out. If so, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments if you like this type of content, and if you do, I will keep making more videos like this. Alright, it's your guys' favorite time, I know. It's the sellout portion. If you guys would like to support me, please consider using code Immature at checkout. I really appreciate it. If you don't use my code, make sure you are using someone else's. It really helps out a lot. If you aren't following me on Twitter or Instagram, what are you waiting for? I post almost daily, and that is where I announce my creator map showcase and fixing creators map stream, where I show off all of your awesome creations, or if you're having any trouble on your map, I give you a hand live. I also post updates on all my maps, and it is the best way to get a hold of me. My Twitter is @ImmatureGamerX, and on Instagram it's @Immature_gamer. Links in the description. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for all the love and support. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment. I try and read all comments. Go ahead and press that like button. It really goes a long way. And as always, I challenge you to go to a smaller channel and like one of their videos. Leave a nice comment, and if you like what you see, then subscribe. Make someone's day. I hope you all have a great week, and that is it for this video. I am Immature Gamer, and I'm out. If you made it to the end of the video right, when you climb up a ladder and you feel something in the comments section, you guys are awesome. Later. Hey, you're still here? Thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, please press that like button. It goes a long way, I'm serious. And while I'm sitting here begging for likes, press that subscribe button. It would really mean the world to me. All right, I'm really leaving this time. Hope you have a great day.